Good evening. I guess it is evening. I guess it's that time. This is the culmination of a lot of work on the part of a couple people, or a few people, but we're looking forward to the next little while of a trumpet and organ concert. My name is Ken Kepler. I'm the director of music here at Ascension Lutheran Church, and I was told this concert is my baby, but it isn't. It's Beth Zumbrin from Frederick County, a friend of mine. She is a trumpeter first class exceptional, and we're going to bring you a program of music that we enjoy. I might add that we've known each other, 3.5 years or so, and we've often played church stuff, like, an offertory or a postlude. Tonight we have a couple of things that are a bit longer than we would use in church because we never had a chance to use them before. So at a concert like this, we have that opportunity. I don't want to do a lot of talking. Occasionally I will introduce a piece because most of you don't have a copy of the list of what we're playing. However, it's also partly intentional because Beth is going to be doing a lot of trumpet playing tonight. It's pretty hard on a pair of trumpet lips. They get tired, don't they? So giving her a little bit of a break here and there is not only a good idea, but partially intentional as well. I guess, Beth, we're going to start with a piece that you have chosen. You want to talk about a bit, don't you, about the first piece? We're going to be...
The first piece we're going to play is the Haydn Trumpet Concerto. And this is a very special piece in the history of the trumpet because this was written in about 1800. And before that time, all of the work done on trumpet was done on trumpets that they didn't have valves. They were just long tubes, and they couldn't play all of the notes like a piano can. Around the time that this piece was written, a virtuoso trumpet player created a trumpet that had keys, the first keys, and Haydn is basically playing around with that new invention of this concerto. It was one of the last orchestral works Haydn wrote, and it was for that special trumpet, and he was really just playing because it was the first time a trumpet could play so melodically and hit all the notes, and especially in the lower range. So,
This has 3 movements. What that means is it's like 3 parts joined together. The first one is called Allegro. It's a bit faster. The second one is very lyric. It's called Andante, more of a walking speed. And then the third one. Beth does a beautiful job. It's a chore for the pianist. But anyway, it is another Allegro, and it goes on altogether around 12 minutes. That's why we're starting off with it. So I'll go to the piano, and we'll go. Beth, I think you need a break. You did an excellent job. I am not here to be an organ soloist tonight, but I did agree I would play one piece while Beth gets her breath, and to give you just a bit of a change of pace, I'm going to play a piece called the Ekoses by Ludwig van Beethoven. You've heard of him before, haven't you? When I first heard the name Ekoses, what is it? I thought I'd better look it up and find out. I looked it up and they say it could be a slow dance in triple time, or it could be a fast dance in duple time. I thought, well, that's gorgeous. What do I have on paper? I had everything in duple time with andante, which means slow at the top. So I thought, I'm going to do whatever I want. So this is kind of a experimental piece. It will give you a feeling what the organ can do, although I'm going to keep it down. This organ is an amazing instrument. If I turn it up, you can hear it at the post office across the street. I'm not going to do that tonight. It might distort your speakers, but it is a gorgeous instrument. So Beth, I'll do that. Then we'll come back for some more trumpet. All ready for more trumpet music. Good. Now I got my bones loosened up a bit. Georg Philipp Telemann wrote a concerto in B-flat major. We're going to play a bit of the Adagio, the first part, and the Allegro, the second part. And Beth wanted to speak to that before we did, so go ahead.
This piece is really special to me. The first movement was played at a wedding. My husband Steve, and a friend played it as my dad, whose birthday is today. Happy birthday, Dad. When he walked me down the aisle, so it's always going to be one of the most special pieces to me.
Okay. Those two pieces I played on the piano along with Beth, I guess you explained it to me best, that they were written originally for orchestra, weren't they?
Yeah.
And someone has tried to take the entire orchestra and put it into a piano part, and all those little flute triplos and clarinet pieces and I don't know, everything they put in the orchestra, they try to put into the piano part, and boy, it is a challenge. But it's an attempt to balance everything together. We don't have a full orchestra tonight, but we do our best with the piano as we can. But at this point, we're going to shift gears a bit because we're going to play a number of pieces, and I'll be using the organ to accompany Beth for these. We're going to start with one called, actually two pieces from Henry Purcell's The Indian Queen, an entrada and a trumpet air. And Beth, you wanted to comment a bit about them before we start?
I'll actually say something after this piece, but I'll just say these pieces that we just have played in the next piece are played on this E-flat trumpet, and that's a little shorter than what most people play on. Most people play on a B-flat trumpet. So, and then after this piece, we'll switch to an even shorter trumpet.
Yes, okay. So, the Indian Queen. Hang on a second. Okay, we're ready for the next number, Beth. Yes, we have from Marc-Antoine Charpentier a prelude to Te Deum. This is a piece that you've probably heard before somewhere. It's a very popular marching song and enjoyable to play. Okay, continuing on. Georg Friedrich Handel, a Baroque composer, wrote beautiful music, including this hornpipe, which has a back and forward between the trumpet and the organ. We move on to a little slower piece. Well, not a lot slower. Henry Purcell wrote A Trumpet Voluntary. We have Jean-Joseph Moret writing a rondo. Again, a fanfare that you've probably heard sometime in the past. Just check my watch to see how we're doing. We're doing very well. We have one piece left. How are your lips, Beth? Good for one more?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Okay, that's great to hear. Jeremiah Clark wrote The Prince of Denmark's March. And again, it's a good way. It has a majestic tone to it. It just is a nice way to wrap things up. I'll do a little talking at the end, but this will be the last musical number we have on our slate, so let's go for it. We hope you've enjoyed nearly an hour of good trumpet, organ, piano, whatever music we gave you. I did ask our pastor if he'd like to say something. He said, Ken, you're the director of music, it's your job. Maybe I should say 2 or 3 things about that. Number one, I've not been here a long time. I guess nor has he, really. We both came in 2020. We both came during a coronavirus episode, and we didn't plan on that. But it's been great working with Pastor Richard Cox, and he encouraged us. He said, get concerts going. People are stuck at home. We can't go anywhere. It's that time of year. Let's bring the music to them. You know, when he suggested that, I thought, Beth, she's the one. She plays beautiful trumpet. Plus, she loves doing it. And this church is so well suited. I really hope that we can do it again, but maybe a few months down the road when we can all be back here live. Wouldn't that be so much nicer? But meanwhile, we enjoyed doing this. I hope you enjoyed watching. We hope you enjoyed watching. And thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much. And by the way, if you haven't had enough organ, Sunday morning, anytime, tune in, come in, whatever's appropriate. That organ does beautiful liturgy. It does beautiful preludes and postludes. It's a gorgeous instrument. And I didn't say earlier, too, this is not a full-time thing for Beth. This is her hobby. She is a scientist. She has 5 kids. She's got a very busy life. In fact, most of our rehearsal was done at 7 o'clock on Sunday mornings when you both actually had clear calendars to get together. So it's been a joy to do that. Also a lot of work, but a joy to do that. I think I've said enough. Thank you so much. Have a good evening. We'll touch base again.